Howdy peeps, and welcome back. Just a relatively short one today, and the subject is bench mules or paint mules or steves or whatever you want to call them. Basically a kit used for experiments. Here are mine, a couple of Airfix, a little Spitfire and a JU88 I believe. It doesn't have to be a good kit. In fact, this is an ideal one for grabbing a cheap kit out of a charity shop or some part-started thing off of eBay that's a couple of quid or dollars. You know, you don't want or need anything spectacular, highly detailed, up to date, anything like that. And you don't even have to build it properly, as you can see with this Junkers. There's no cockpit in it, no landing gear, bits are snapped off. Seams are god awful. I just chucked it together. Pretty much the same with the Spitty. I think I might have done that as a speed build at some point. I can't quite remember. But I mean, as you can see looking at them, all sorts of different things going on, different paints, decals, working on different effects. You know, absolutely covered in layer upon layer of paint and God knows what. But why have them? Well, no, you might want to try out a new technique. Now, you don't want to be doing that on, you know, a shiny new model that you're trying to make a really good job of, because if it goes wrong, you know, so try it on a paint mule. Or just for practicing, if you've just got an airbrush and you're trying to get the muscle memory in your finger, get familiar with how the tool works, how it sprays, how much the thin things bite, all these kind of variables. It's one thing, yes, you can spray nice lines on a piece of paper and write your name and all that kind of stuff, which is all good, don't get me wrong, but it's not the same as spraying it onto a model. You can practice getting good spray patterns, good spray techniques, learning how different paints behave on different primers or bare plastics, or how primers work. You can figure out and learn so much and save yourself so much grief just by the simple use of a paint mule or a bench mule or whatever you want to call it. As I've said, something cheap and nasty. I mean, the Spit isn't exactly nasty, it's a relatively modern tool I believe, but this is a 1960 tool. I mean, I fell for shiny box syndrome. It was in one of the nice new shiny Airfix boxes with the nice artwork on it, and I thought, oh yeah, that'll do, that'll be a nice little build. It's an absolute dog of a kit. Did I just give up and throw it in the bin? No. Well, I didn't even give up, I didn't even start building it. I opened the box and went, oh my god, and just thought, well, paint mule, stick the major bits together, two fuselage halves, the wings, jam them all together, and we can use it for whatever. You know, you see a lot of times where people have used a certain product, mat or something like that, and it's gone wrong. Well, if they'd have tried it out on a paint mule, they would have known it was going to go wrong, or gone, that happens, how can I stop this, and then do a little bit more experimenting and stop it happening. For example, I mean, sometimes I like to use the UMP clay based washes on a non-gloss surface. Now, generally speaking, that would be a bad idea because it sticks and it's a pig to get off, but you can get different effect by using it that way. Now, did I first try that on a model? No. Paint mule. So at least when it came to putting it on the model, I knew what to expect from the product and how it was going to behave, and what I would need to do to get it off. Angle grinder. Not quite, no, it comes off easier than that. But yeah, so a real short one for me today. And it's just something, it's one of those tools, you know, we all need a pair of sprue cutters, we all need a pair of tweezers, paintbrushes, glue, all these kind of things that we all need as tools. I think one of the most overlooked tools there is the good old bench mule, paint mule. And when it gets too manky and mucky and covered in God knows what, just dunk it in some brake cleaner or some Dettol or oven cleaner and just strip it all back to plastic. And you're good to go again for another however long it takes to completely gunk up the model. So, there we go. Chuck them back up in the corner, literally, because I'm not worried about them breaking. And that'll do for now. So, hopefully that's that covered. As usual, any questions, stick them in the comments down there somewhere. If you like it, give us a thumbs up. If you don't, give us a thumbs down. If you do give us a thumbs down, say why. Most tends to be about rambling, but I can't help that, it's what I do. Anyway, enjoy your modelling, have fun, peace out, rock on, and bye bye.